Hi friends, it's been a while. Hoping you can hear me with the rain going on outside. I'm gonna do about a 1 hour flow. Let's start in child's pose. Knees are wide, toes together, sitting back towards the back of your mat, bringing your sits bones towards your heels, reaching arms forward, fingers are spread wide. We sink our chest towards the mat. Starting our deep breathing here, in and out through the nose. This is going to help you build some heat in your body. Deep breaths in and out. Let's do 3 more. Inhaling through the nose, filling all the way up, filling your belly, feeling the air go into your lungs, filling the back, and exhaling. Maybe going a little bit deeper on every exhale. Child's pose is always here. If you get tired during your practice, you can take a little break and come into child's pose and resume when you're ready. Let's shift forward. We're going to bring our knees together a little bit more, about 2 fist widths gap between them, and we're going into puppy pose. So knees are closer together. We reach our hands forward, spider up onto your fingertips, and then crawl your fingers forward, getting a nice shoulder stretch here. Let's take 3 breaths. Looking forward, maybe your chin touches the ground. Let's do a little side stretch here. We're going to inhale our right arm up and exhale, thread it underneath, laying down on the shoulder. If you want to take a half bind here, bringing the left arm behind your back, you can. Option to lift a leg, not a requirement. If you want a little extra, breathing here for 3. In and out through the nose. Breathing for 2. And 1. Bring the knee back down if it was lifted. And we're just going to switch out the arms. Coming back through center first. Inhale the left arm up. And exhale, thread the left arm under the right, coming down to the left shoulder. Maybe again you half bind. Staying here, or if you want a little extra, you can bring your right leg up. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Let's bring the leg back down if it was lifted. Coming back through center. Let's sit in puppy for another couple breaths. Getting 1 more stretch here. All right. Shifting forward, flipping the toes, let's go into our first down dog. Take a moment to arrive here, set yourself up, maybe pedal out the feet. Fingertips are spread wide, hands are about shoulder width distance apart. If you really want proper alignment here in down dog, your pointer fingers are going to be faced forward, and the thumb will be kind of creating like an L shape, like that. So the L is facing forward, fingertips are spread wide. Gaze is either at the knees or at the belly button. Let's take a couple breaths here, in and out through the nose. Lifting our heels, we're gonna tiptoe to the top of the mat. Taking a little ragdoll here, maybe a bend in the knees if you want a little release of the lower back. Crossing the arms, maybe grabbing either forearm and just let yourself hang heavy here. Maybe rocking side to side if that feels good. All right, let's take Padangustasana. So take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. Feet are hip width distance apart. Let's inhale, look forward, half lift. If you need to bend your knees here, that is totally fine. Just keep contact with the fingers to the toes. Inhale, we half lift, looking forward. Exhale, we fold down. 5 breaths here. Our arms are active, biceps are pulling us down towards our feet. Again, if you want to bend your knees here, that is totally fine. Pulling your face between your knees as best you can. Let's breathe here for 3. Last breath. Release the feet. Bend your knees a little bit. Let's inhale, slowly coming up. And let's come to Samastitihi. Big toes are touching. We have a little gap between our heels. Our palms are facing forward. We're going to do 3 sun salutations. Sun A's. Inhale, let's bring our arms out and up, gazing towards our thumbs. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, gazing forward, half lift. All in one exhale, we plant the hands, step back into a chaturanga, and lower down. On our inhale, we come into up dog. Exhale, back into down dog. Let's do 3 deep breaths here, in and out through the nose. Breathing for 3. 2. And 1. Let's bend the knees, either hop or step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we fold, head to the knees. Inhale, slight bend of the knees, brings us all the way up. Arms scoop out, looking at the thumbs. Exhale, hands through heart center and back to Samastitihi. All right, 2 more of those. Inhaling, arms up and out, gazing at the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, looking forward, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Maybe jump back if you want to this time. All on an exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. And exhaling, down dog. 3 breaths here. On our inhale, we gaze forward and we bend the knees, maybe jumping through this time if you like, or you can step through. Inhale, we gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bending the knees slightly, come all the way up, gaze at the thumbs, and exhale, back to Samastitihi. Last one of these. Inhale, palms out and up, gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. 3 breaths here. In and out through the nose. This time, let's unplug our hands and walk them back to the feet. This time we're going to take Padahastasana, gorilla pose. So instead of the peace fingers around the toes, we're going to take our whole palms of our hand and place them underneath the feet. The toes are touching the wrist. Again, a deep bend in the knees here is great. Inhale, let's gaze forward, half lift, and exhale, we fold. Bringing our stomach towards our thighs. Lifting our hips toward the sky, gazing between the knees. Let's breathe here for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Release the hands. Let's crawl back out. And let's take a vinyasa. So we're going to rock forward into a plank, rolling the shoulders. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. And next, we're either going to step or hop into chair at the top of the mat. Toes are together, slight gap between the heels, gazing up at the thumbs. If you look down, you should be able to see your toes poking out in front of your knees. If you can't, try sinking down a little lower, bringing your butt a little further back. Breathing for 3, for 2, and 1. Straighten up, arms by the sides. All right, next we're going to do some sun salutation bees with a little bit of variation. They're gonna start out normal and then we'll add on from there. All right, bending the knees, scooping the arms up, gazing towards the thumbs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gaze forward, half lift. Plant the hands, exhale, jumper, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, forward. Left foot pivots. Inhale, brings our arms up into a warrior 1. Let's breathe here for 3. Bringing the left hip forward, trying to square off the hips to the front of the mat. Breathing for 2. And 1. Hands come to the mat. Plant them, exhale, back to chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Right into the other side. Inhale, the left leg comes up. Whoops. Exhale, we swoosh it forward. Right foot pivots. Inhale, arms come up. Warrior 1. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. Pushing right hip forward, left hip back. And 3. Exhale brings the hands down, back to a chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Let's breathe here for 3 breaths. In and out through the nose. If at any point you feel overheated, you can exhale through the mouth. That will help get a little bit of the heat out of your body. All right, on our next inhale, we're going to bend the knees, gazing forward. We either hop or step forward. Inhale, hands up, back to chair. And exhale brings us back to Samastitihi. Let's take 3 breaths here, hands by the sides. Taking a moment to regain control of our breath if maybe we lost it. All right, let's go into set 2. Inhale, swoops our arms up into chair. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, gaze forward, half lift. Plant the hands, exhale, jumper step back, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Inhale, our right leg comes up. Exhale, warrior 1. Inhale, arms come up, and this is where we add on. Exhale brings us to a warrior 2. We're gonna hold this for 3 breaths. Breathing for 3, deep bend in the right knee. Right knee is pushing out towards the outer right edge of the mat. Don't let it come towards the left. Breathing for 2. And 1. Cartwheel the arms down. Let's take our chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Straight into the other side. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, forward, pivoting the back foot. Inhale, up into warrior 1. And exhale brings us into warrior 2. Ideally, we have a 90-degree bend in this front knee. Again, bringing the left knee to the left edge of the mat. Breathing for 3. For 2. And 1. Let's cartwheel the hands back down. Left leg comes back to meet the right. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. 3 breaths here. Breathing for 3. 2. And 1. Let's bend the knees and gaze forward. Either jump or step back to the top of the mat. Inhale into chair. And exhale, hands come to the heart. Let's pause here for 3 breaths. Slowing down the heart rate. Taking a moment to catch our breath again if we maybe lost it. All right, and when you're finished, we're gonna start round 3. Coming back to Samastitihi. Inhale, arms up, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, plant the hands, jump or step back, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. And exhaling down dog. Inhale brings our right leg up. Exhale, we swoop it forward. Warrior 1, set up. Inhaling into warrior 1. Still building. Exhale brings us to warrior 2. And our inhale brings us to reverse warrior. Maybe your left hand comes for a little half bind behind the back. Right hand will come up, gazing at the right hand or towards the right armpit. Breathing for 3. For 2. And 1. Let's cartwheel the hands back down. Stepping back or jumping back into chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. And exhaling down dog. Let's bring the left leg up. And exhale it forward, setting up for that warrior 1, pivoting the back foot. Inhale up into warrior 1. Exhale into warrior 2. And adding our flow. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Try and keep a deep bend in the front leg. Breathing for 3. For 2. And 1, cartwheeling the hands back down, stepping the left foot back to meet the right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale brings us to down dog. 3 breaths here. In and out through the nose. Breathing for 3. For 2. And 1. Let's bend the knees, gazing forward. Jump or step back into your chair. Inhaling, hands up. And exhaling, hands to heart. Let's take 3 breaths. All right, we have 2 more rounds. Remember, if this is feeling a little bit too much, child's pose is always there for you. If you'd like to take a break and go into child's pose now, you're welcome to, or you can follow along. We have 2 more rounds of this and then we'll be moving on. Toes are touching, gap in the heels. Inhale, arms up, bend the knees, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, gazing forward. Planting the hands, jump or step back to chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. And exhaling, down dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, brings the leg forward, pivoting the back foot. Inhaling, arms up, warrior 1. Exhale into warrior 2. Inhale brings us into reverse. And this is a power move. Inhale, we're bringing our right hand forward and we're popping up into half moon. Left leg comes up. Little balance here. Left leg comes up, right hand spiders up onto the fingers. The goal here is to lift the left arm and gaze up at the left hand. Left foot is active, either pointed or flexed. Breathing here for 3. For 2. And 1. We're going to lower the left leg and just bring the right leg to meet the left, going into chaturanga. Inhaling up and exhale brings us to down dog. Let's do the other side. Left leg comes up. Exhaling brings the left leg forward, pivoting the right foot. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhaling to reverse. And exhale brings us forward for that half moon, planting the left fingertips on the ground. Maybe you can use a block here if you prefer. And peeling our right shoulder open, gazing at the right hand if you can. Breathing for 3. For 2. And 1. Bringing the right hand down, right foot down, and then left foot comes to meet right, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog, and exhaling, down dog. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Bending the knees, gazing forward, maybe just stepping forward. Back into our chair. Inhaling, arms come up. And exhale, hands to chest. Breathing here for 3. For 2. And 1. All right, last set, adding on a little bit more. Inhale, bend the knees, arms come up. Exhale, we fold forward. Gaze forward, halfway lift. Plant the hands, jump or step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog and exhaling to down dog. Inhale, let's bring the right leg up. Exhale, plant your right foot, pivoting the back foot. Inhaling, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And here's our power move. We're popping up into half moon just for a moment, and transition brings us to airplane. So fingertips come out behind us, gaze is forward just ahead of the mat, left foot is lifted and activated. Breathing for 3, breathing 2, and 1. Exhale, we'll lower us back down. Right leg meets left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Let's go right into the other side, last side. Left leg lifts. Bringing the left foot forward. Pivoting the right foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Here's that power move up into half moon. And we're just transitioning here as we lift the left fingertips up and go into airplane. Right leg is lifted this time. Try and drop your right hip down. Try and get it square to the ground with the left. 2 more breaths. 1. And slowly lowering down. Left foot meets right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. 3 breaths here. A moment to catch your breath. Child's pose is always there if you need it instead. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. This time we're just going to lift the toes and tiptoe forward towards the front of the mat. Let's take a little ragdoll here. Nice restful pose. Maybe swaying if that feels good. All right, releasing the arms, slight bend in the knees. Inhale brings us up to standing. All right, we're done with that little flow. Let's bring our toes to touch at the front of the mat. We're going into triangle trikonasana pose. So we're going to inhale and step our right foot, big step out to the right. Left foot is facing forward, the right foot is facing the back of the mat. Let's inhale the arms into a T, and exhale brings us down. The important part of triangle is that your leg is straight. The eventual goal is to be able to wrap your fingers around your big toe so that you can pull yourself up. But if you are starting maybe only on your thigh, even the shin, anywhere on the leg, that's fine. Just make sure this leg is straight. That's the most important part. So triangle, we are here. Even a block. A block is also a great option right here if you have a block. You can make it all the way down. You want to wrap your peace fingers around your big toe and gaze up at the left fingertips. We're keeping our core active here, so we're not sinking into this leg. If anything, it's a gentle touch, or even if your fingers are wrapped around your toe, you're actually pulling your toe up, giving resistance against yourself. So let's breathe here for 3. Nice side body stretch. Breathing for 2. And 1. All right, we are going to inhale, coming up, bringing the left arm up towards the sky. Right hand is by the right hip. And we're going to exhale down. Twisted triangle. The eventual goal is to get the left hand on the outer edge of the foot. I am still on the inner edge. If you're a little bit more flexible, you may be able to take it to the outer edge. We are here for twisted triangle. Left hand is next to the right foot. Right arm comes up, gazing at the right fingertips. Little twist here. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Inhale. We're going to come back up. Arms come back out to a T. And we're just going to switch our feet to go to the other side. So the right toes will now face forward. Left toes are going to face the front of the mat. Arms are still in a T. Exhale brings us forward. Not all bodies are symmetrical. They're often asymmetrical. So maybe you were able to get all the way to the ankle on the other side, and here you're on your shin. That's totally fine. Listen to your body. Don't overextend. Making contact wherever feels good. Inhale, gazing up at the right fingertips. Breathing for 3. Core is active here. Breathing for 2. And 1. All right, we're coming back up. We're using our core. Right hand comes up by the right ear. Left arm is by the left hip. And we're going into that twisted triangle again. So right hand comes down next to the left foot. Maybe you need to adjust your stance a little bit. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to get a closer stance here. Feet a little closer together. Left arm comes up, gazing at the left fingertips if you can, or as far up there as your body is able. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Inhale will bring us back up. We'll pause here and we're going to do a little power move. Bending the right foot. We're going back to Samasthiti at the top of the mat. All right, we did it. Next is a small side angle flow. So let's inhale, take a very large step out, a little bit bigger than Trikonasana if you can. Right toes face the back of the mat, left toes are facing forward once again, and we're going into side angle here. Setting up for side angle, we want our hand on the outside of the left foot. Left arm comes up over the left ear, gazing towards the left fingertips. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2, really stretching those fingertips, feeling a nice side body stretch. And 1. All right, let's shift forward into lizard. So our right foot comes to the outer edge of the mat. I'm shifting a little bit here. Right foot comes to the outer edge of the mat. Both of our hands are inside of this foot. Now, maybe you want to take more of an active lizard where the left knee is lifted. Maybe you want to lower down. These are both options. If you can sink down onto your forearms, get a little bit deeper, that's available to you as well. Try not to splay the right knee out. It's okay if it goes out a little bit, but try not to overextend it to the right too much. We're going to try to keep it as up and down as we can. Breathing here for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. We're going to come back up onto our hands if you weren't, and we're going to shift back into a half split. Right toes are flexed. We bring our hips back, folding over the right leg. I'm going to take 5 breaths here. Maybe deepening the pose on every exhale. Two more breaths here. And 1. one. We're gonna rock back forward, back through our side angle. So we're lifting the left knees. Right hand comes next to the right foot, and arm comes up. And then we're just going to power move, use our core, bring us back up to standing. And we're gonna switch out the feet. So the right foot faces forward, left foot faces the front of the mat, and we're going into side angle on the other side. So deep bend in the left leg. Left hand comes to the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale, right arm comes up over the ear, gazing at the right fingertips. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Coming into lizard, let's crawl the left foot towards the outer left edge of the mat. Hands come on the inside of the foot, either staying active or sinking down into your lizard on your hands or your forearms, whatever feels good. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Coming back onto the hands if you're not there already. And let's rock the hips back into our half split. I'm gonna hang out here for about 5 breaths again, so really sink in. Again, maybe deepening on your exhales. Last 2 breaths. Let's bring the hips forward. We're gonna pass back through side angle. Left hand to the outer edge of the left foot, pivoting the right feet. Arm comes by the ear, and let's inhale using our core strength, bring us back. And we're gonna do another power move towards the front of the mat, back to Samastitihi. So bending the right knee and propelling yourself forward towards the front. Okay, now for wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita. Inhale, big step out to the right once again. This time we're going to pigeon our toes in. So they're not straight forward, you want them pointed in towards one another just a little bit. We're gonna do 2 rounds of this. So take your pick. The first one I recommend doing traditional, and then maybe you can take a variation after. Let's take our hands to hips and exhale, folding down. Hands come underneath the shoulder blades. This is round 1. I'll explain some variations for round 2. The goal is to bring the crown of the head as close to the mat as possible. We're using our hands, gripping against the mat, pulling our torso between our legs. Arms are active. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Inhale, let's halfway lift. Pausing here, let's not get lightheaded. And exhale, coming into round 2. Now we have options here. If you want to bring your hands, interlace them at the small of your back, dropping down for a little shoulder stretch, bringing the arms out away from your back, that's option 1. You could also grab the outer edges of your ankles, your feet, or your big toes. Whatever feels good. We'll hold this one for 5. If you're holding on to your ankles or your feet, you're really pulling, activating your arms, pulling your torso again down. Deepening the stretch, keeping it active. 3 more breaths. Breathing 2. Inhale, we gaze forward, releasing the toes if you've got them, releasing any binds. Let's pause here, bringing the hands to the hips. We exhale, and inhale is going to bring us back up to standing. All right, power move to the front, bending the right leg, and bringing ourselves back to Samasthiti. All right, next is pyramid pose. Inhale, let's take a small step, maybe 3 feet, towards the back of the mat. Left foot pivots. We want them a little bit of distance between the feet, not in one straight line, and the left foot is pointed out at about a 45-degree angle. Hands come behind us in a prayer position, or you can grab for either elbow behind your back, whatever feels good. The prayer position is a little bit of a deeper stretch. Inhale, we gaze forward, and exhale, we fold over the right leg, bringing the crown of the head towards the foot. Chin is coming towards the knee, and we're really working on bringing the left hip forward here. The right hip is pulling back, trying to keep the hips square. Let's breathe here for 5. Breathing for 4. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, we come up, keep the arms where they are. We're just going to pivot on our feet. So pivoting towards the front of the mat. So switch our feet out. Now the left foot's facing forward, right foot's at a 45-degree angle. Let's inhale, straighten up, and exhale, we fold. Left hip coming back, pushing the right hip forward, crown of the head towards the toes. Breathing for 3. Oh, breathing for 5. 4. 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Inhale brings us back up, releasing the arms, and exhale back to Samasthiti. All right, we're gonna do a couple balancing postures before bringing it to the floor. I'm just gonna turn this way so you can see what I am doing. First is Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, standing hand to foot pose. So let's bring the weight of our body into our left foot first. Hands are coming to the hips. Inhale brings our right knee up, maybe 90-degree angle. Feeling the balance here. Maybe we bring our arms out to the side. If you want to go a little bit further, you can take peace fingers, wrap them around the big toe, and extend. If you want to keep your knee bent, that is fine too. We're building on ourselves, so breathing for 3. Breathing 2, trying to bring the shoulders down away from the ears. And 1. We're gonna release the toes and we're holding the foot up, little ab work for 5 breaths. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, trying to work the right hip down, 2, and 1. Exhale brings the foot down, maybe shake it out. That was a lot on the leg. And other side. Right foot plants, hands come to the hips, and we bring the left leg up. 90-degree angle. Maybe working on balance here, bringing the arms out. If you want to remain here, that is one option. Option 2 is peace fingers around the left big toes. Inhale the leg out. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. All right, we're releasing the foot, keeping the leg lifted. 5. Foot is active, either pointed or flexed. 4. Left hip down. Mine always creeps up. 2. Breathing 3. 4. for 2 and 1. Exhale, brings the leg down. Shake it out if you need to. All right, last balancing posture. So there's a couple variations here. Make sure not to put too much pressure in your knees. If this is too intense, I'm gonna give variations. Let's bring the weight of our body into our right foot first this time. In the full posture, this posture is really good for digestion. So our ascending colon is here and descending is on the other side. So you kind of want to, if you can, go right to left. Just helps aid digestion a little bit. So here are our options. Variation 1, weight is in the right foot, bringing the leg up. Now, if this is a lot for your knee, maybe you just hold the foot here, even a little bit lower. This is a great option. It's gonna help you get a little bit more knee mobility. If this is super easy and you wanna bring your foot into half lotus, that is option 2. If half lotus feels okay here and your foot feels pretty secure, you either can stay here holding onto the foot, or if you want to take it a little bit further, wrap the left arm around the back, reaching for the left toes. If you want to take it further still, we can inhale the arm up. Maybe you want to balance here. Maybe you want to begin to fold down, reaching towards the earth with your right hand. Now my heel is really pressing into my abdomen here, and that was the digestion aid I was talking about. Let's breathe here for 3, wherever you are. Breathing for 2. And 1. Micro bend in the knee helps bring us back up. And let's release the foot, setting up for the other side. Maybe shake it out a little bit. All right, let's bring the weight of the body into the left foot this time. Right leg comes up. Again, we have options. Maybe we hang out here. Maybe we bring it into a half lotus. Don't, if this hurts your knee, then just stay here. There's no need to further the pose if it's going to hurt you. It won't benefit you then. It'll come with time. A little bit more ability comes with time. I was not able to do this pose in the beginning of my yoga practice. Half lotus. If you want to take it further, the right hand comes around the back, binding around the right toes. Further still, inhale, left arm comes up. And the full posture, exhale, bringing the left fingertips towards the ground. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Little bend in the left leg. Inhale brings us up, and let's drop the foot down. Maybe shake it out if you need to, and we're about to take a vinyasa into a seat. So starting in samasthiti, inhale, palms up, gazing at the thumbs. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, gaze forward, plant the hands, jump or step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog, and exhaling, down dog. This is where we go into the seat. Now, if you want to just bring yourself there, that is totally fine. A little jump through option that can be kind of fun. Just as if you were jumping forward before, we're going to bend the knees, gaze forward, hopping our legs up into the air. As we do this, we're going to cross the feet and sit down onto our bottoms, just like so. We'll have more opportunities if you want to practice that. You can also just step forward into a seat. Let's bring the sits bones onto the ground. Sometimes it helps to kind of move the butt cheeks out of the way to get right onto the sits bones. It'll help tilt your pelvis forward as well. All right, let's inhale the arms up and exhale. Peace fingers around the big toes. Here, try not to round the shoulders if you can help it. We're trying to tilt the pelvis forward using our fingers. If you need to bend your knees here, that's okay. Another option is to use a strap if you can't make it all the way there. So the goal here is to Pull the torso forward, straight back, as straight as you can. Let's stay here for 10 nice long breaths. Halfway. Arms are active, maybe deepening the stretch, pulling against the toes a little bit more on the exhale. And last breath. Inhale, let's half lift. And exhale, we're going to do a little bit of a deeper bend. If you can, bringing the hands around the bottom of the feet. Just 5 breaths here. Paschimottanasana. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Release the feet. Setting up for Purvottanasana. We're either doing reverse plank. If you prefer to take a reverse tabletop here, that is welcome as well. I'll show you how to do both. For reverse plank, our hands come about a handprint behind our butts, and then our toes are going to be touching. The goal when we lift our hips up is toes touching the ground. So let's exhale here and inhale, hips come up, gazing back. Toes are touching the ground now, breathing for 5. This is one option. If you'd prefer to go into tabletop, then we are here for 4, 3, for 2, and 1. Bringing the hips down. Let's take Dandasana, stick posture. It's just a little realignment pose. Maybe a chance to catch your breath. Moving the butt cheeks out again, coming onto the sits bones. Hands are right next to the hips, and we're just creating a straight spine. Chin is slightly down. Breathing for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's cross the legs and rock forward. We're going to take a vinyasa. So coming into plank, exhale, chaturanga, inhaling up dog, and exhaling down dog. Here's another opportunity to try that little jump through to a seat if you'd like. If not, just meet me in a seated position. If you want to hop through, bend the knees, gaze forward, little hop and cross the legs, and then land back. All right, we are going to take essentially seated tree. So first the left leg comes out, right foot will come against the inner left thigh. Inhaling, arms come up, and exhale, fold, grabbing around the left foot. If you need to use a strap here, that's a great option. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Let's take a little side stretch. If you can, bringing the left forearm onto the inner edge of the left leg, and either reaching up and over. Our arm is coming towards, our right arm is over our right ear. Maybe you can grab a hold of the left big toe. If not, just reaching, feeling a nice side body stretch here. Let's breathe for 3, Breathing for 2. And 1. Releasing the foot if you have it. Let's inhale back up, and we're just going to switch out the legs. Right leg is extended this time. Left leg comes into half tree, or seated tree, my bad. Inhale, arms are coming up, and exhale, we fold over the right extended leg. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Again, let's take that side stretch. So the right forearm this time comes to the inside of the right leg, and stretching over. Left arm comes by the left ear. Maybe making contact with that right foot. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Inhale brings us back up. I'm going to turn towards you all again so you can see what I'm doing. We're staying in the same position that we're in right now, except for we're just going to bring the left knee up. We have about a 2 fists worth gap between the legs. Right leg is extended. All right, we're going to try to take a little bind here. If this is too much, just go ahead and fold forward, trying to grab the right foot. If you want to try the bind, left arm comes up, wrap it around the left leg. Now maybe you stay here. If you want a little more, take the right arm and try and reach behind you and make bind behind your back, the 2 hands. And now all we're gonna do is just reach forward, working our chin towards our front foot. Breathing here for 3. This is Vinyasa. Breathing 2. And 1. Let's take a little twist here, releasing the bind. Twisting to the left, our right arm can hook on the outside of the left leg. Left arm and hand plant behind us, and we gaze over our left shoulder. Breathing here for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. We're just gonna switch the legs out. Left leg extends this time, right leg bends up. Again, we have about 2 fists of gap between our legs. And if you want to try the bind again, right arm comes up between the legs, wrap around the front of the right bent leg, and then bind behind the back. Inhale, straightening the spine, and exhale, bending forward as far as you can, reaching your chin towards your left toes. Breathing here for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Releasing the bind. Let's rock forward and take our last vinyasa. Coming to plank, exhale chaturanga, inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Either jump or step forward into chair pose. 1 more chair. Bringing the butt down, a little lower, a little lower, a little lower, and all the way into boat. We're only doing 2 of these, 3 breaths each. Maybe you're here. If you want a little bit of support, you can grab the backs of the knees, maybe bringing the arms forward for a little more, and if you want even more, extending the legs out. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Okay, we're gonna cross the legs and just pop forward for 1 moment, and then we're rocking right back into round 2. This is the last hard thing, I promise. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Resting your back down on the ground. Maybe bring your feet into a little ball rocking side to side. From here we come into happy baby. Try and keep your sacrum planted, your tailbone on the ground, grabbing the outer edges of your feet. Maybe rocking side to side, extending one leg or the other, whatever feels good here for you. All right, releasing the feet. We're going to take 2 back bends of your choice. If you want to go straight into a wheel, you are welcome to. I will be taking a bridge and then a wheel. So setting up for bridge, let's bring the heels of the feet close to the butt cheeks. Arms are by the sides. Inhale, the hips come up. Maybe we interlace the hands, creeping the shoulders underneath. Our weight is in the shoulders, really bringing the chest forward up toward the sky and lifting the hips. Breathing here for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Lowering the body down. Release the bind. Maybe windshield wiper the legs side to side. If wheel is in your practice, you can take that here. If not, take another bridge. Wheel is in your practice, setting up. Feet are hip width distant. Hands come by the shoulders. Fingertips are facing towards the toes. And we inhale, lift everything up. Maybe creeping the fingers a little bit closer to the feet if that's available to you. Breathing here for 3. Gazes towards the mat. Breathing for 2. And 1. Slowly, chin comes to chest. We exhale all the way back down, grabbing the knees once more, rocking side to side if that feels good. Let's keep hold of the right knee and extend the left leg out. Right knee will come over toward the left side of the body, stacking right hip on top of left. Do a little twist here. Maybe you want to keep your left arm on that right leg to help keep it where it is. The goal here is to have both shoulders on the ground, gazes to the right. Maybe teeing out the arms or keeping them in cactus. Let's breathe here for 5. Breathing for 4. 3. 2. And 1. Let's rock back into the center, switching out the legs. Right leg extends, left leg comes up and over the body. Cactusing out the left arm this time. Both shoulder blades are on the ground and our gaze is to the left. Breathing here for 5. Breathing for 4. 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Coming back onto our backs. We're about to set up for Shavasana, but first wrap your arms around your legs, coming into a tiny ball. This might sound silly, but just thank yourself. Maybe say I love you self for doing this practice today, for whatever. Even if my teacher doesn't cue it, I make sure I bring myself into this little ball and just tell myself that I love myself every practice. It might sound silly, but I feel like it's really beneficial. squeezing tight. Inhale. Maybe suck in a little bit more air. And exhale, release everything into Shavasana. Take a moment and get comfortable here. Get all the wiggles out. If you need to make any adjustments or take a sip of water, do that now so that you can just be still for a couple moments. That was not an easy practice, and this is definitely well earned. Even if you're in the middle of a busy day, try and take these 2 moments just to lay here and soak in the whole practice that you just gave yourself. Taking up space, arms come out, legs splay out to the sides. Returning to your normal breath. I'll bring us back in just a couple moments. If you're ready to come back, bringing small movements, fingertips and toes. Maybe gently rock the head side to side on your mat. And when you're ready, flipping over onto whatever side you prefer. Take another moment here. All right, and on an inhale, we can use that to push ourselves up. So extending the top leg, using the top arm to push ourselves up into a seated posture. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you got something out of this practice. I'll see you next time.